The district manager job is the most difficult job in the retail industry. And the reason it is the most difficult job is, first of all, because it is completely different from the job that these people have right before this position. It is not the same thing to be a unit leader of one unit versus being the leader of multiple locations. Some of the things that make this position so challenging is the fact that the units are in several types of distances, the fact that maybe the business has a certain level of complexity that they need to manage around. It is possible that it is the fact that there are so many people that they have to manage. Every single one of the units have people that are different from different areas, different cultures, different locations. And of course, every single unit has a different situation, different challenges, different successes. And so here is somebody that up to the point that they were promoted to this position were able to handle it all in one location. Now we're expecting them to handle it in multiple locations, and most of them have no training. Hi, in this session, I'm going to share with you the first critical responsibility of a district manager. And that responsibility is a responsibility of lead. They need to lead the team and inspire others to do the job every day. It is not the same thing when you're executing versus leading and inspiring. And so in today's session, I want to share with you the 5 specific skills that district managers need to obtain one way or the other to be able to be successful in this one critical responsibility. So let's go and get started with it. The first skill that a district manager needs to have to be able to be successful at the job is the ability to develop leadership skills. Not only do they need to be able to develop them in themselves, because obviously we are always learning to be better leaders. So they need to have the ability to develop themselves, to be aware of where they are and how to develop themselves in those opportunities that they have so that they can be better and better leaders. I have been in the leadership business for over 30 years. And believe me, I still have several books, as you can see over here, on leadership, because leadership is a never ending skill that we have to work on. Within that same skill of developing leadership, the district managers need to be able to develop others into becoming better leaders. So they need to have a process, a system, some way to be able to make sure that their team, his and or her unit managers, assistant managers, shift leads, or future leaders into becoming better and better leaders every day. So that's just the first skill they need to know within their responsibility of leadership. The second skill that they need to have is the ability to be aware of people. Be aware that we are all different. Be aware that their role as a district manager is not on themselves, but on others, and all the people that they are growing and leading, in this business. So if they had the ability to be aware of that and understand how we are all different and the desire to be able to understand that in a much deeper way, that's a skill that a district manager must have to be successful. The third skill that a district manager needs to have within the responsibility of leadership is the ability to understand situational leadership. The ability to know that everyone is in a different phase of knowledge and motivation. They need to not only be aware of that, but they need to be able to identify quickly and being able to address and lead people based on the situation that they are, whether it is a motivation level or capability level. Every single employee in their district, in every single unit, is in different place based on different abilities that they have to have. And so as a district manager, you need to be able to identify that quickly and be able to address it the right way. That brings us to the fourth skill that a district manager needs to have to be successful in their responsibility of leadership. And that's the ability to understand personality traits. One thing is to have a different level of knowledge and motivation. Something completely different is for them to understand how our innate personalities are completely different. We used to talk about the golden rule, right? Treat others the way you want to be treated. And that really is an old-fashioned rule. The new rule is the platinum rule, and that is to treat others the way they want to be treated. And the way that you do that is by understanding that we are all different, that we have different personalities. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite all-time bosses probably was a nightmare boss for somebody else, but he was a great boss for me because his leadership skills match my personality. Now, I don't know if he flexed or not when it came to other people with different personalities, but that is how important it is for you to be able to flex to other people's personalities. Having a process to be able to do that and understand that and what it is that you need to do to adjust that is going to be critical for you to be successful in being a district manager. And that brings me to the fifth and the last skill that you must have in your responsibility of leadership as a district manager. And that skill is the ability to drive company culture. Because when it comes to leadership, using your company culture is going to be critical for you to be able to achieve the environment and the experience at work that will have your people want to not only come to work for you, but stay with you in the long run. And one of the biggest challenges, at least in the area of people that a district manager has, is turnover, right? And so being able to drive company culture in the way that inspires people to have a great experience and support each other in a way that is aligned with the business owner, franchise owner, so that the company culture is driven by everybody is going to be a critical skill that a district manager needs to have. So as you can see, even though we say is one of the responsibilities of a district manager of leadership, there goes a lot of things go into that particular responsibility, and a lot of very important skills that they need to know how to do every day. So as you can see, how a brand new district manager that doesn't have the proper training will be very hard for them to be able to accomplish this responsibility with a high level of success if they don't have the training and support that they need. So, if you would like to learn more about the other 6 critical responsibilities of a district manager, I would like to invite you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not there, so that you can watch as we give you a future lessons or sessions on that in this video series. And number 2, if you would like to learn about our American Franchise Academy training program for district managers, I invite you to visit us at districtmanagertraining.com and come and join us into a free information session where you learn about how we teach and give these district managers all of these skills and abilities so that they can be successful in their job as district managers. It is very, very important that these gentlemen and ladies that join into this job, that they have the preparation they need so that they can be successful. All right. And so having said that, I hope that you got something out of it. If you did, we will see you in the next session where I'll give you the second responsibility of a district manager, and that is planning. What skills do a district manager need to develop to be able to make a great plan so that they can execute and accomplish the business and financial goals that they need for your organization? Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.